Brought to you by our partners at BioSteel as well as CBC Gem. This game is available coast to coast thanks to our friends at CBC. So thank you everyone for joining us here for this Saturday matinee of action as the Manitoba Bisons host the University of Calgary Dinos. Calgary with a 4-0 win yesterday afternoon on the Bisons home opener. Bisons looking to avenge that loss and improve to 3-1 to start the season. They had their best start since 2012 at 2-0, while Calgary is at 4-1 to start the season. They'll look to improve to 5-1 and sit alone atop the East Division standings here in Canada West. Jason Pajak joined here in the booth by Evan Midford. Evan, your first hockey game of the season. How are you feeling?
Excited for another season of Bisons hockey here as the Bisons have some new faces in the lineup. Some new recruits from head coach Gord Burnett coming into the season, looking for a split here against the Dinos, who sit atop the East Division here in Canada West.
Well, the puck is dropped and we are underway here for the first period of action. Puck in the neutral zone, that's thrown up and stopped there at the blue line, dumped down into the zone. Carl Tedachuk starts for the University of Calgary down at the left end of the ice, and down on the right is Braden Holt, the Montana man for Manitoba. Puck down below the goal line, down towards it, get it in the corner is one of the Calgary Dinos. That's right to Skylar Bruce in the face-off circle. Helmet pops off and the puck is chipped out. Willicks grabbed it for Manitoba and crossed for Breton, the leading scorer for the Manitoba Bison. He'll dump that down to the far corner. Kate Zaplitny grabs it for the herd, turns back to the point to Willick. Willick to Zaplitny. Tried to fire that one across to Breton. It was tipped up and into neutral ice by the Dinos. Here comes Howard in on the zone. Howard with a quick shot that's stopped by Holt. And another follow-up chance. That one dribbled through the crowd in front of the net and was cleared by Manitoba. Back in the Calgary zone. A quick pass up to the neutral zone to Howard over the line. Howard tried to feed that one through, but it was picked off by Eric Allery from Manitoba. Sent around to the other side. Willick defends on the wall. He was checked there by Carter Massier. And he gets it over to Brenton. Brenton surveys. Headman pass up, goes off the stick of Pasternak. To negate the icing and goes down. It's grabbed there by Connor Hornan for Calgary. Springs out of his own, looks up ice. Wants to carry it himself. Firing that into the far corner. It's grabbed there by Kidd. He flips it up the half wall. Sent back down. Picked up there. Kidd walks in, shoots, and that hits the outside of the net. Braden Holt had lost it there for a second, but it's taken out of danger and carried out by Dawson Pasternak. He gets it to Johnny Hooker, Bison's captain, feeds it back to Pasternak. He'll flip that one toward the goal, and it's grabbed and covered up by Tedachuk.
Yeah, quick start here this afternoon. The early chances go the Dinos' way before Pasternak just rolls that one onto Tedachuk, who draws in this afternoon. Shutout victory yesterday for Carl Stankowski, so he'll earn himself a bit of a break here as Tedachuk draws in.
Face-off is won back by Manitoba to Evan Toth, the elder statesman on the blue line for the Hers this season. And that play is almost broken up down in the corner. It's sent back around to Dylan Anderson, the captain for Calgary. Sends it to Wyatt Wilson, his defensive partner. And that's flipped up and out of the zone. Kidd tried to chase that one down, but good defensive play there by Toth. Puck rolled to Holt and he's able to clear. That's sent back in. Kidd protects over the line. Throws it down towards the corner. Poole comes together with Willick. Puck's grabbed and the pass to Kidd is a little bit off target, and it's grabbed back by Manitoba. That's a good dump in there by Brennan. And Calgary will start out from their own zone.
Adam Kidd leading Canada West in scoring right now for the Dinos. 10 points already this year, only 5 games played for the Dinos' #1 center.
Holt plays that around the boards. It's picked up there by Decay. He'll pass that one across over the line. That's sent right through and goes through a few different sticks. Pops out the other side. Here comes Corbet. He'll pass that over. Fry's going to come together down there with somebody, Joss from the Bisons. Corday with a quick shot from the side and rebound, and that one hit a body in front. Pops back to the half wall. Bison's able to lift it out of the zone. Skitters through neutral ice, and Sean Strange is going to backtrack and grab it for the Dinos.
Yeah, Hungel there just can't quite get that on net. Catches a lucky deflection. He was in a high danger area.
A good pickoff there. The active stick by Bourgeois. And that deflects right to Holt. Will cover that one up for the whistle. 16:05 to go here in the first period. 2-1 the shots in favor of Calgary. 0-0 the score.
Yeah, that last opportunity for Hungel in a dangerous area, just off of a turnover at the Bison's blue line against this prolific scoring Dinos team. Be so careful with those pucks, especially at the blue line, making the right play. That puck management is so important.
I was able to get that over the line, but he's turned back. Coning's got it there in neutral territory. That's taken away by Skylar. Bruce cuts to the inside. Bruce tried to throw that one towards the goal. I think that went off a stick before it rolled over to Carl Tedachuk, who covers that one up.
Yeah, and it's a nice play here from Bruce as he gets this puck and sort of pushes it into the middle of the ice, extending the play just a little bit. No shortage of confidence when the puck is on his stick, as he can't quite get a shot away, but he's able to get it into the blue paint. He forces Tedachuk to cover it and get a whistle as we get some line changes here for both teams.
Swetlikoff in on the draw for Manitoba, and he wins it over to Johnny Hooker. Swetlikoff, one of the many recruits this season by Gord Burnett. Third season as head coach of this Manitoba Bison squad. That puck up, and I think it hit the rafters before it came back down. Gord Burnett continues to put his stamp on this program after a long reign by Mike Sarant. And there's only a few players left that were playing in the Mike Sarant era before Gord took over.
Only a couple seniors here on the Bison's roster this year. A couple elder statesmen maybe from the Mike Sarant era, Cody Bahoon, Evan Toth. There are a couple familiar faces, but a lot of the construction of this roster, as this is going to be offside, is more taking the shape of Gord Burnett, his style of play, his way he likes to run his team.
One of the guys is the man that was just on camera there, Johnny Hooker, captain of this team. Gord, immediately put his trust in him once he showed up here to take over as head coach of the Bisons. Johnny played under Mike Sarant for a couple seasons. That's Wilson pushing the puck down low into the Bison zone. Battle in the corner. Played through, but couldn't quite corral it. Pass over to Pasternak. That's picked up by Swetlikoff. Chipped through to Hooker. Hooker protects, tried to drop it back to Pasternak. Pasternak has it in the slot, chipped it on. But Carl Tedachuk able to make the save for the Dinos.
Yeah, nice takeaway there from Swetlikoff to spring his line mates there as there's a bit of interchange, kind of a bouncing puck. Pasternak gets it into the hash marks and just sort of chips it on net. Doesn't quite get a Bison's bounce as it goes into the midsection of Tedachuk, who's able to get the whistle.
Scramble draw goes to the Bisons. That's flipped into the corner. Hartman's got that there for Manitoba. Drops it for Bonnie. Bonnie fires that one on. Takes an odd bounce, but kicked aside by Tedachuk. In the high slot, another shot, and that's gloved down by Tedachuk.
Tedachuk making that one look easy as he's able to watch that one straight into his glove. No reaction from the Dinos goaltender as Brennan's able to get that shot away. A lot of new recruits as well on this Dinos team, as Hayden Pakala is one of them. Scored in yesterday's affair against the Bisons. Stephen Kirkpatrick, Gavin Schmidt as well, rookies on this team. So some new faces in this Dinos roster as well. This program that's always so competitive here in Canada West.
Bonnie's going to carry that one down the left side. We know he likes to join the rush. Takes a hit, but continues on. Puts that in front. Bruce couldn't quite knock that one down. Grabbed back by Calgary. Here they come the other way. Hopping over the line. Great play there on Kirkpatrick to force him back, but he retains the puck. Kirkpatrick throws it off the wall. Howard dumps it down towards the corner right and tipped in front. And that one Off the glove and aside from Braden Holt. Bonnie has it behind the net. He's checked by Hauer, but puck pops out to Kate Zaplitney. Play that off the wall to Allery. He'll stretch out, chase it down towards the corner. Challenge there behind the goal by Brody McGuire. That's played off the wall and out back to Turner. Down below the goal line. Turner's knocked down. Mungo can't recover it. Pass up to King. King's going to carry it over the line. Trips it through, but it's grabbed back by Corbet. He dumps that one out and clears the zone. Roll all the way down, but that will be an icing call against the Dinos. Face-off coming back into the Calgary zone with 13:28 to go here in the first.
Yeah, Zach Turner there just sort of ran out of real estate. He gets checked behind the net, but it's a great play from Evan Toth, his D partner, to take that hit, make contact, get that puck into a safe area for Turner to break out. And then as well, Massier with a chance in front of the Bison's net. Just can't quite get enough contact on the puck to make it a dangerous chance. It might have gone off of the Bison's goaltender, but just winning that race to the net and getting a good chance.
Down towards the corner there. Going to continue to battle away. Joss is in for the Bisons. Challenge Connor warning there from Calgary. Finally dug out. Pass to Toth at the point. Toth, his shot, tipped, goes just wide. Stick play there by King. We've gotten Frey in front. Continue to battle away. Fry sends that around. Sent back. King up to the point. Top. Tried to find a lane. Good defensive sticks there by Fry. Puck rolls around to King again. Quick pass into the slot. Okay, surveys, gets it to Willick, across the top. He takes it off the backhand and can't quite corral it. Sends it down to the corner. And it's grabbed there by Fry and lifted out of the zone. Pasternak back to get it. Pasternak dumps it down, retrieves it in the corner. Plays it around to Willick at the point. Sends it back down low to Pasternak. Fires the rest of the way around to Brenton. Plays that low. Got back by the Dinos. Good play there by Pasternak. That hit up high, but no arm up on the play. Calgary's going to continue on. Good check there by Willick. And a great play there by Willick at the blue line to get the possession back from Manitoba. Quick pass through. Svetlikov can't quite get the pass across. Good diving play there from the Calgary defender. Pasternak has it again. We're approaching the midpoint of the first period. Hooker to Brenton. Brenton back to Hooker. Brenton across. Pasternak fires it on. That's stopped up just in that high danger home plate area. Knocked down by Svetlikov. Across right there. Pasternak with a shot, but Tedachuk with the save. Great shot, even better save by the Calgary netminder. Here comes Poole down the left side. He stretches out, grabs it, shoots, and that one's just over the crossbar and off the glass. Played back around. Here's Willick, he's going to protect. Good heavy forecheck there by Calgary, but Bisons are able to clear. Lane will flip that down into the zone. Chasing it down is Arpin, but getting there first was Dylan Anderson for Calgary. Flip this one out of the zone and down the ice. Icing is waved off. Bourgeois gets there first for Manitoba. He's chucked into the boards by Max Stewart. Stewart's trying to dig away there as Arpin's taken to the boards. Played to Bonnie. Pass up the sideboards. Knocked off stick there, but Bisons are able to clear arm up though, and that will be icing against Manitoba at the midpoint of the first period.
There's going to be a draw here in the Manitoba zone. The last string of play, 3 or 4 minutes, have been a few shifts by the Bisons in the Dinos' end. Pasternak with the best chance. That last string of play just can't quite. It's a good save from Tedachuk to get across. Aggressive, cuts down on that angle.
A quick shot there, right on into the chest of Braden Holt. He stands tall, makes the save for Manitoba.
And just like that, right back the other way, off the face-off, Massier takes that off the backhand, gets a shot right at the hash marks there, the left face-off circle. It's a good save from Holt to get that puck covered as well for a whistle.
Kirkpatrick wins that draw back to McGuire. McGuire with the shot through a crowd and right into the glove of Holt. Great job by the Manitoba goaltender, seeing that puck all the way through.
Third time's the charm here, so we get another face-off. We'll do it again.
Kirkpatrick and Zaplitny in on the draw. They're going to wave that one down. It looks like Kirkpatrick's going to get tossed from the face-off circle as we reset. And Howard comes in. Righty in on the draw. And that's one back by Zaplitny. Turner's got it. Overpasses it. Kept in, down low to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick stops up behind the net. Good stick play there, but it's retained by Calgary. Turner lifts it out, knocked down by Bruce. He protects over the line. He's going to try and beat McGuire, but good stick there by McGuire to tap that one away. Battle down low. Here's Kirkpatrick trying to pick it free. The battle away with Allery. Sent to the point. Willick's got it. Across the top. Down low, Allery picks it up, sends it through. Zaplitny can't corral it. Good pick play there from Calgary. Bison's able to keep it in the zone, though. And Howard finally forces it out. Zaplitny is it off the wall. Sent back by Calgary. Massier's got some room here. It's extended 2-on-1. Cross. Another shot there over the crossbar into the glass. Great play there from Calgary, almost capitalizing on that misplay in the Manitoba zone. Willick off the stick of Kane to negate the icing. Back to get it is Anderson. Anderson drops it for Fry. Send that through to Wilson. Back to Fry. Battle right in front. That good chance by Decay. Good stick lift there from Wilson, though. Decay. Sends it to Brenton at the point. He shoots that one on right into the chest of Tedachuk. Easy save for the Calgary netminder.
Well, it's great forecheck here from Joss as he's able to dispossess the Dinos defender there. Results in this point shot here as Brenton just puts a wrist shot through, but no traffic in front, and Tedachuk's able to just catch that one. Before that, an odd man rush for the Dinos. The Bisons were making a change on their defense. Huge miscommunication. Bisons have a deflection, have it go over top of the net. Ultimately doesn't result in a shot on goal, but huge opportunity.
Good chance in front there for Calgary. They continue to bang away. Holt is down. They've got it. And that shot's on. And that's in the back of the net. Horning opens up the scoring. 1-0 for Calgary at 8:16 of the first period.
Well, it's a scramble in front of the net as there's bodies, sticks, equipment flying around. The puck is somewhere in there. Eventually it comes out, it's loose, and Horning's the last one to get it, and it's a really precise shot as he just sort of puts it along the ice, puts it right where the goaltender isn't, as Holt is scrambling just like that. The Dinos are up 1-0 here in the first period.
Arpin's going to win that scramble drawback. Bourgeois sends it over to Bonnie. Good pressure there by Poole to force the pass. Arpin over the line. Retained by Manitoba. To Bonnie. Bonnie fires that one. Deflected from a body in that screen in front. Bourgeois. Got stripped of the puck there. Deflected to Bonnie. Shot is tipped just wide in front. Back to Horning. He'll send that across. Strange. Upside down towards the corner. Rolls around. Bisons get that pass up. Here comes Lane. Lane checked by Horning, but he dumps the puck down into the Calgary zone. Bisons get a line change in. So does Calgary. Tophams pick that one off, and they'll continue all the way to Turner. Turns it around and out of the zone. McGuire's got it in neutral ice for Calgary. Sends it to Howard. Plays it off the glass and down. Down there, and the tuck play by Kirkpatrick is stopped by Holt. Another chance, that one goes just wide. I think Holt got a piece of that one. Howard around to the far side. Played back to Massier. Down to the corner. Howard dispossessed by Turner. Patrick and Howard trying to dig that one out. It pops over to Toth. Looks up ice. Goes to Skylar Bruce. Attacks on the wall. Backtracks. Arm up on that play. We're going to have a penalty here against Calgary. And there's some pushing and shoving. Zaplitny and Howard exchanging some pleasantries in front of the penalty box. Skylar Bruce was slow to get up there, but he's back on his feet.
Yeah, some contact there in front of the penalty box. As it's maybe a bit of a knee sticking out that makes contact with Bruce, and he goes down. This is going to be a power play. Some pushing and shoving there as Zaplitny comes in. The defense of his teammate. Looks like Logan Howard will sit for 2 minutes here. He'll get penalized. In either case, the Bisons will go to the power play here, as the referee gives an explanation to both captains for the Dinos and for the Bisons.
Well, this is going to be our first look of the day at this all-forward power play unit for Manitoba, this top unit. Something that we saw late in last season, where Burnett, his coaching staff, going offense first with the man advantage.
They like Hooker at the point here. That puck goes right by his ear, because he has that one-time opportunity, and Pasternak as well. This power play really goes through the stick of Pasternak at that left point.
Svetlikov, new name on this power play. Lane around Hooker, Pasternak. Sends it to Svetlikov, tried to feed it through to Bruce, and that's cleared by Calgary. They'll get off for a quick change. Headman pass Svetlikov. Had to wait for Bruce to get over the line. Can't feed it through. Great stick play there by Strange to knock that pass off. Down in the corner, Hooker plays it through to Bruce. Protects in the face-off dot. To Hooker. Walks the line. Down the corner. Pasternak. Back to Hooker in the face-off dot. Hooker shoots in that one. Hit a body and then off the pad of Tedachuk. Good stop there from the Calgary netminder as his team clears it down the ice once again.
Great penalty killing there from Sean Strange. He's able to win that battle and just make that play under pressure with a little bit of contact as well to his D partner and get it away for the clear.
So Bison's going to wait and set things up as they swap units here on the power play. Bonnie. It up on through, over the line. Bonnie really playing that kind of rover position. Defensively responsible, but always happy to join the rush offensively. Calgary dumps it out of the zone again. Final 17 seconds left on this power play. Manitoba tries to get a quick pass down the right side. Brennan turns back and protects. Brennan on the line, spins it around to Zaplitny down low in the corner. Zaplitny walks out, doesn't like what he sees, gives it to Brenton. Back to Zaplitny, 5-on-5 now. Right in front, Lane, another chance for Lane. Got two shots in tight, but Tedachuk able to make the save. Howard. Poole couldn't corral that one. Neither could Kidd. Eisen's able to clear. Decay sends that in. Tedachuk leaves it there for his defense. Pass up to Kidd. Tried to feed that one through, hit a body, and recovered by Manitoba. Joss to Toth. Toth can't find a lane. Decay back to Toth. He'll fire that one on. Goes well wide of the net. Joss, 3:45 to go here in the first. Calgary with a 1-0 lead. Decay backtracks to Toth. Now to Joss. Two Bisons come together. Not sure King and Joss were sure where each other were going. Decay back to Toth. Their Bisons are trapped in that corner there. Can't get the puck out. Off, around, King shoots, that's blocked. Pass down low, another chance! And that one's blocked in front. And it's grabbed there by Turner. King feeds it through, Joss can't get it. Chipped out by Calgary, 3 minutes to go in the first. Corbet to Hungle, good defensive play there from Manitoba. Turner to King, will put that off the boards and out to neutral ice. Calgary right back in, here's Corbet, he's got some room, Corbet to the forehand, but he can't get it past Holt. That one flips up and into the Bison's bench. So we'll have a quick face-off here with 2:37 to go.
Well, Corbet gets in alone. He tries to put that to the forehand a little bit, backhand forehand, but Holt stuck with him all the way. That's a great save from the Bison's goaltender as he stares down that partial break from the Dinos forward, Corbet.
Svetlikov and Pakala on the draw. Pakala had a great game yesterday. He's tossed out of the face-off circle in favor of Schmidt.
Pakala already with 7 points on the year, 4 goals and 3 assists for the rookie of the WHL.
Brenton with the shot, that one's blocked away by Tedachuk. Willett, Pasternak. Pasternak in tight. Checked off the puck. That's played off the boards and down. Willits got it back from Manitoba. Now to Svetlikov to Hooker. Hooker feeds it through to Svetlikov, can't redirect it on. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first period. Bison's with it in their zone. Passed across to Brenton. Off the stick of Pasternak, but that deflects right to Strange. Pinballs around a little bit. Back to Brenton. To Arkin off his skate. Turn back, Pakala. His pass beyond the reach of his teammate. Taken back by Manitoba. Lane flips it over the line to negate the offside. Arkin's going to get that chase down to where he comes in contact with Wilson behind the goal. Power. And there's Wilson. Pass up. Patrick sends it back. Wilson will dump that one in and help his teammates get a line change in. Down in the corner, Massier feeds it out, but tried to get it across to Wilson in the slot, but went off a stick and bounced wide. Last one of the play here in the first. That one, Wilson had to take that one on the backhand and created an offside situation. On that far wall. And is knocked down into the Calgary zone. Wilson up on the left side. Dumped down to the Bison zone. Holt lets that one go by him. Front high slot. Shot by Hammond is blocked in front. Great block there by Allery. Down low, Kidd. Tried to send that in front. Bourgeois falls down and makes a block there. And an arm up. Stick got in the arm of Stewart. So that will be a penalty called on Skylar Bruce, I believe, with 8 seconds left in the period. So likely count will start the second with the man advantage unless they can find the back of the net in the next 8 seconds.
Well, Stewart there in a dangerous scoring opportunity. Bruce doing everything to tie his man up, not get that shot away. The initial play might have been allowed, but there was some secondary contact there. I think hooking is going to be the call, maybe holding. In either case, Bruce draped all over Stewart to negate that shot, but he takes a penalty. So this Dinos power play will come out with fewer than 9 seconds left in this first period.
Face off, one back by Arpin. Final seconds ticking off the clock at the Bison. Good shot there by Hauer in the high slot. Just kind of had to swing at that one. But but it was luckily deflected wide, and we will end the first period with Calgary up 1-0. They'll have a minute 52 of power play time to start the second period. But Evan, what was your perspective on that first period for both sides?
Well, I thought that it was pretty evenly matched. Dinos come away with the 1-0 lead after a bit of a rush play and then a bounce that gets the stick of Horning, but some good possession by both teams. I thought the Bisons had a couple of good stints in the Dinos' end, but Tedachuk has come up strong when he's been needed to make a save, and overall shots are even. This is an even game. Dinos are just up 1-0 at the moment with power play to start the second period.
All right, so we will head off into the first intermission break. You are tuned into Canada West men's hockey action on Canada West TV and CBC Gem.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big step. Underground like the lights with top-notch hoes. Get the most, nothing less. Straight to
Bisons are on the move, always on the go, charging ahead, making a difference in Manitoba and around the world, in transportation, in Canadian football, and in journalism. Where can you find Bisons? Right here, at the center of it all.
In Manitoba, the storm doesn't wait. The cold is sharp. The wind, it bites. Thunder, it claps. For us, we face it head on. That's what Bisons do. This is how we represent Manitoba. Horns up, shoulder to shoulder. We don't run from it. We charge through it. Every fight, every storm, we face together. As one herd.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. The only thing at the front of your mind is glory. The journey of success, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows, the sacrifices you make. When all the odds are stacked against you, When you can't push one more second, chase the glory.
Sometimes you give people the eyeball test when it's the first time you meet them, and my first thought was like, oh, she looks like she can kick the crap out of a football. is kind of the move on it.
Welcome to IG Field here in Winnipeg. This is a massive game for both of these teams.
Leading up to the game, I was getting pretty nervous.
Maya Turner, the first female to play in a U Sports game.
I just had to perform well. I was representing women in football.
Viewers, we are about to witness history.
I wanted this just to be business as usual, but I knew it wasn't. You could just feel it in the whole stadium.
Maya Turner is coming in for a field goal.
I don't think anybody overlooked what the moment was. That kicker that's going on there is a girl.
Snap is good. The hold is good. Maya Turner has...
Maya practiced but did not play during her first season in 2022, but won the competition for the first-string job partway through her second season.
September 23rd against University of Regina was a huge game for us. It was a must-win game for us, literally.
I just wanted to go kick, you know, I felt like I was ready.
Viewers, we are about to witness history.
You could feel it on our bench. I mean, it was just focus.
Maya Turner is coming in for a field goal. Snap is good. The hold is good. Maya Turner has just made history.
Despite the moment, the game was far from over. Went into double overtime, tied at 24.
I kind of started to realize that this game might come down to me.
It was almost at a point where we needed somebody to step up and just call a game.
It's Maya Turner into this football game.
I need to make this a don't we lose.
I just remember, go win us this game. You're our kicker. Hit it.
Can she go 2 for 2? No doubt about it, Maya Turner. The Manitoba Bisons win 27-24. Maya Turner, take a bow, young woman.
I told her how proud I was of her, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna get choked up here. She went out there and friggin' nailed it and kicked the game-winning field goal.
Maya remained the Bison's first-string kicker the rest of the season, becoming one of the most accurate at her position in all of U Sports, and in the process showed everyone she belongs.
You give me 55 Maya Turners and I'll give you a championship in whatever sport you're on.
She demanded respect. You know, in a football locker room, you can be liked, it's easy to be liked, but to be respected is something else, and she earned that respect fast.
She's the real deal. This wasn't about giving somebody some token opportunity. This was about performance. This was about results.
When I found football, like, it really motivated me. It was something that I genuinely loved to do, and it was something to work at. Something I would have never thought possible. Wow, like, I'm a football player.
Gayleen Berry, nee Donald, thrived as a unique two-sport student-athlete, starring in both field hockey and volleyball for the University of Calgary. From 1968 to 72, she established herself as one of the most decorated athletes in school history, being named University of Calgary Female Athlete of the Year in both 1970 and 1972. Barry has the unique distinction of playing and starting on 3 conference championship teams in 2 different sports over a span of 3 years. The calendar year of 1970 was truly one to remember for Barry and her teammates. In the spring, she was captain of the Western Intercollegiate Athletic Association championship-winning volleyball team. The team went on to make history by becoming the first Calgary team to win a national championship, while also representing Canada at the World University Games in Torino, Italy. Barry would add a second conference championship in the same calendar year by leading Calgary's field hockey team to a conference title of their own. In her final year as a varsity athlete during the 1971-72 term, Barry once again thrived playing both sports. In field hockey, she was a member of the Alberta provincial team and earned all-star honors at the Field Hockey National Championships. On the volleyball court, she helped the Dinos capture another conference championship. Barry would go on to play for the National Women's Field Hockey Team from 1972 through 1977, including competing for Canada at the 1975 World Championships. She was inducted into the Dinos Hall of Fame in 2004. It's time to recognize our Canada West BioSteel Football Players of the Week for Week 6. The BioSteel Offensive Player of the Week is Drew Viotto from the UBC Thunderbirds. The rookie quarterback was lights out in Winnipeg, throwing for 473 yards and 3 touchdowns on 26 completions. Viotto engineered a huge second-half comeback, leading the T-Birds to 4 straight touchdown drives and finishing with the 3rd highest single-game passing total in UBC history. It was a performance to remember for the rookie pivot, despite a narrow 35-31 defeat. On defense, Charlie Parks of the Saskatchewan Huskies earns BioSteel Defensive Player of the Week honors. The 4th-year defensive lineman recorded 5 tackles in the Husky win, including a huge 3rd down sack of Troy Reeder early in the contest to stop the Golden Bears deep in Saskatchewan territory. On the very next Alberta drive, Parks came up with the first turnover of the game, stripping the ball from the Golden Bears running back and coming up with the recovery. On special teams, it's Ty Gorniak of the Regina Rams taking home the honors. The first-year kicker was perfect, going 3 for 3 on field goals from 42, 34, and 30 yards in Regina's 18-12 victory over Calgary. Gorniak continues to impress, boasting an 87.5% success rate, tops in Canada West, and one of the best in the nation. Week 6, Manitoba moves into 3rd place with a wild 35-31 win over UBC. It was all Bisons early, up 28-3 at half behind 2 rushing majors from Jackson Tuchinski. But the Thunderbirds stormed back as rookie quarterback Drew Viotto threw 4 unanswered touchdowns to take the lead. The Bisons regrouped late. Tuchinski punched in his 3rd TD with 2 minutes left, and Daniel Conway's clutch interception sealed a wild finish. Regina secured a playoff spot with a gritty 18-12 win over Calgary. Marshall Erickson had the game's only touchdown, while Ty Gorniak went 3 for 3 on field goals to move the Rams to 5-1. Saskatchewan also hit 5-1, clinching their postseason berth with a 31-24 victory over Alberta. Jake Farrell impressed in his first U-Sport start, tossing 3 touchdowns. Carter Kettle's 62-yard score gave the Bears a second-half lead, but Farrell answered late, connecting with Mason Grabowski for the 28-yard game winner with just over a minute to play.
Back to Wayne Fleming Arena for the second period of action between the Manitoba Bisons and Calgary Dinos. You're tuned into some Canada West men's hockey action on Canada West TV, brought to you by our partners at BioSteel as well as CBC Gem. Welcome inside the Flem. Calgary with a 1-0 lead over Manitoba. Entering the second period, we'll have a minute 52 of power play time to start this frame as Skylar Bruce takes a seat in the penalty box on a hooking call late in the first period. And the puck is dropped and we are underway here for the second period of action. Puck dumped immediately down into the Calgary zone, played there by Tetachuk. And it's grabbed back by the Dinos. And here comes Kidd up through neutral ice, shorthanded. Kidd walks over the line, on the power play. There you go. Got it backwards. Strange. Pass down low. Stewart around below the goal line, up to Kidd. Kidd trying to find a lane, doesn't like what he sees. Feeds it down low. Stewart right in front. Up to Strange in the high slot. Strange to Kidd. Flips it through, but good defensive stick there by Eric Allery to knock it aside. And that one's played up and over the line, out to neutral ice. Halfway through this power play for Calgary. One more look here. Strange. Over the line, Howard. Howard protects in the corner. Flips it back to Kidd. To Strange at the blue line. Back to Kidd. And Strange with a shot. And that one kicked aside. Rebound in front. Another follow-up, but Braden Holt's able to keep that one out. Strange across. Kidd. Back to Strange. Finds a lane. Shoots. And that one tipped in front and goes just wide. Not sure if that was a Bison stick or a Dino stick, but deflected that one down to the corner and it sent down to the Calgary end of the ice.
Yeah, Strange had a great look there. The seas just parted. He had a huge lane straight to the net from the point there, but you're right, just caught a deflection off of a stick in front, somebody's stick, and ended up going wide. Otherwise, that would have been a great opportunity.
Another chance there for Schmidt in tight, but lifted that one a little too high. Final seconds of the power play. Schmidt turns back, tries to feed it to Kirkpatrick. Good defensive play by Bonnie down low. Team's back at even strength. Bruce comes back out. Curtin, another shot there by Lee in the face-off dot as he falls awkwardly. That one goes just wide though. Bruce over center. Drops it for Hooker. Johnny Hooker tried to feed it through to Svetlikov, was just a little bit off target. And Bonnie got his pocket pick. Schmidt coming through. Over the line, Anderson just a step ahead of the play as Pakala comes across the line offside.
The Bisons kill that power play off from the Dinos that looked dangerous. A few opportunities. Some great interchange between Strange and Kidd. Led to a couple of opportunities. The second power play unit as well with a chance in front. But ultimately the Bisons kill it off. The Dinos gain a ton of momentum off of that power play to start the second period.
Calgary comes away with the puck off that draw. Down towards the corner, Wilkes gonna play that around. Heavy check there by Lee. There's a Dino that's slow to get up. Not quite sure who that one is.
Massier.
Yeah, Carter Massier. He was tied up with Lucas Breton off that face-off. Shot by Fry, and he scores! Quick pass to the high slot. And Davis Fry makes this a 2-0 game for Calgary.
Well, it's a great rush here from Corbet as he just puts this right into the middle, into the right between the hash marks. Davis Fry makes no mistake. He goes 5-hole on a sprawling Braden Holt and earns his team a 2-0 lead.
So 17:09 to go here in the second. Calgary out to a 2-0 lead. Bison's yet to score on home ice so far in the 25-26 Canada West season. Had a 4-0 loss yesterday against these Dinos, and now down 2-0 here in the second. Played off the wall and down. Corbett's going to try and chase that one down and negate the icing, but Turner's going to get there first. The icing's waved off. Fry at the point. Fry's dumped by Arpin. Engel gives him a shot. Bisons come out with it. Turner over the line. Down towards the corner, drops it for Brennan. Brennan fights through, takes a shot that stopped. Rebound stopped again by Tedachuk. Puck is loose. And the whistle has been blown. Tedachuk keeps that puck out somehow. Had players swarmed all over him. The Bisons unhappy, but the refs have made their determination.
Well, we'll see where this puck ends up. Where this faceoff goes as Tedachuk is a starfish on the ice. He's getting splayed out. We're getting pushed around with the current there as the puck ends up in the net. About half a dozen players end up in the blue paint. The net's off its moorings. Total chaos in front of the net there as we're going to get...
Looks like we're going to get a penalty shot here.
We're going to get a penalty shot. I think a player might have closed his hand on the puck there. The determination from the referee was penalty shots.
Comes Brennan. Down on this penalty shot, Brennan. Scores! And Brennan cuts the Calgary lead to 1 on the penalty shot.
Well, that's huge for the Bisons in this game as Lucas Brennan takes advantage of the penalty shot opportunity. Just slow rolls into the zone, decides to go low glove on Tedachuk and cuts this lead in half.
Little pro tip for any of the kids watching at home: if you are a right-handed shooter and the goalie is a left-catching goaltender and you have a penalty shot, shoot for that spot. It's a very good one. Or low blocker.
Or bar down top cheese, backhand, fake shot.
Just nasty. The puck is down in the Bison zone now. 15:53 left on the clock here in the second period. Bison's down 2-1. Brennan with the first home ice goal for Manitoba. Kidd has some room. Kidd pass it across, but Stewart wasn't able to grab that one. Great chance there for Calgary. And that shot's deflected down. Blocker stopped there by Braden Holt. There's a collision in front, arm up on the play, and there's going to be another penalty called here against Calgary. It's going to be an interference call as Ben Bonney was dumped in front of the Bison's net.
Well, the Bisons are going to go back to the power play here as with some contact in front of the net. Looks like Poole's going to go to the box for interference. Penalty 200 feet away from your own net. That's not ideal, especially considering that the Dinos that shift were putting the Bisons in the spin cycle. Adam Kidd had the puck on a string that shift. But in either case, the Bison's power play will go back to work here with an opportunity to tie this game.
And top power play unit out for Manitoba. Face off, sent back. Pasternak shoots, and that one's stopped by Tedachuk.
Tedachuk might have
a little bit of a stinger there.
Yeah, he's just going to take a second to catch his breath here shortly. That puck caught him in a bit of the midsection, right where there wasn't a ton of padding.
Face off to the right of Tedachuk now. Scramble draw. Bruce will send that to Pasternak. Down to the face-off circle, Bruce. Good check there by Hammett. Gets the puck up. Here comes Calgary the other way. The line, Schmidt. Pakala was cutting towards the net, but the shot from the outside by Schmidt is gloved down by Holt.
Yeah, good play there from Schmidt on the penalty kill, taking that out wide, and it's a hard wrist shot to the glove side, forcing Holt to cover it and get the whistle as well. Schmidt picking up an assist on the Horning goal in the first period, plus an assist in yesterday's game as well. So 2 assists on the weekend for Schmidt so far.
So we get a short break here. The athletic trainer out to talk to Carl Tedachuk. Check on him, see what's going on. And for those watching at home, the Bisons are one of 3 teams this season with completely new rebrands and new uniforms, new logos, new everything. It's them, the University of Regina Cougars, and the MacEwan University Griffins all getting new, modern, updated looks.
Yeah, the Bison's new logo, well, the Bison's old logo had been around for several decades.
Yeah.
It was something of an institution here in Bison sports, so a lot of care was taken into account when making this new logo. And the incorporation of the new school colors into it with the blue, which is
That was
not
really
been
the only.
something.
That was really the only condition that the U of M put on it. Said, hey, if you're going to redo this, you have to use our new colorway, which includes that blue.
It's a nice accent color. You can see on the Bison's jerseys, maybe if you pause and enhance, zoom in, they have a blue band on the sleeve as well for the hockey jerseys. Sort of more going with the gold rather than the typical brown colors, more emphasizing the yellow in this new logo. But
face off now in Bison's territory. Pasternak protects behind the goal. Minute 25 left in the power play for Manitoba. Allery will dump that back to Hooker. Sends it across. And Brennan will rip that one down around. Caroms all the way back to Hooker at the point. To Allery. Back to Hooker. Across to Pasternak. Pasternak trying to find a lane. Back pass to Brennan. Sends it to Hooker in open ice. He had to take it on the backhand, but good pressure there from Calgary at the blue line. They're able to rip that one. It goes off the stick of Brennan and down. Here's Massier with some room. Massier waits, shoots, and that one just over the net. Lane has the puck there for Manitoba, looking up, allowing his teammates to get the line changes in. 40 seconds left on the power play for Manitoba. Pasternak stays out there. Sends it across as Zaplitny over. Hooker shoots. And through a crowd, the puck pops out into the slot, but Calgary able to close on that one, grab it, and fire it out of the zone.
oh, great positioning there on that save as Tedachuk was looking behind him. He had no idea where that puck was, but more of a shot blocking save as he's able to get in front of that puck and make the save.
Comes in by Manitoba. Zaplitny plays it around. Down to Joss. He'll send that back the other way, back to the point to Hooker, down low. Joss. Final seconds ticking off this penalty. Brennan fans on the shot, just rolled over his stick blade. Good pressure there by Wilson to keep that puck toward the corner. Team's back at even strength. Poole back on the ice, plays it around to the far side. Stewart is in a battle away with, I'm not sure which Bison that is. Played up, Kidd will chip that out of the zone. Joss grabs it back from Manitoba. To Zaplitny. Over the line, Zaplitny. Gets pressured by Wilson, who takes him off the puck. Here's Pakala. Breaks in on the right side. Pakala with a shot. That one goes up and into the glass. And another shot from the outside. Steered aside by Holt. That is played over. Sean Strange. Sends that to Pakala. Plays it around. Will keep that in for Calgary. Continue to battle away along the half wall there. Goes down low. Brenton's going to play that around. It's stopped up by McGuire and kept in the offensive zone by the Dinos. McGuire plays it low. McGuire has it again. He'll fire that one on through a crowd. The puck bobbling down toward the goal line. Braden Holt had lost track of that one, and it seemed most everybody did, as it was just rolling toward the post there. Schmidt to Lee, back to Strange at the point. He'll fire that one across to McGuire. McGuire, that shot takes a bounce in front and skitters just to the left of the goal crease. Good check there by McGuire, and puck bounces around. Pass over to Howard. Howard charges down low. More zone time for Calgary. McGuire. Howard across to Strange. His shot goes just wide of the net. Well,
the Dinos are feeling it here. A couple back-to-back shifts of huge pressure, making plays all over the ice at the point, able to extend plays. Dinos here are looking good.
That shot bounces off the backboards right in front, and that shot stopped by the blocker. At least part of the stick of Braden Holt, steers it aside. Nice slot, Hauer can't corral it. Good pressure there by Manitoba. They get it out of the zone. Here's Ben Bonnie with some room. Bonnie in, shoots! And that's stopped by Tedachuk. Calgary's gonna start out from their own zone again. From the Dinos, over the line. Shot from the outside, right in and out of the glove of Holt. He's able to pounce on that one, cover it up for the whistle, saying enough is enough. We need a face-off and a line change maybe here. 10:36 to go in the second.
Yeah, Holt there just getting a whistle, getting his team a breather as the Dinos have been pouring it on here. We'll take a look at this glove save from the outside. A few high danger opportunities from inside that Holt has had to make the save on. Not of the spectacular variety, but extremely important saves.
Quick shot by Kidd is blocked.
There's another one.
And good chance there by Kidd, block it away. Calgary with this oppressive forecheck, just keeping the Bisons hemmed in their zone. And they're going to play that around the pool to Kidd. He's checked there by Arpin. Puck's grabbed by Schmidt. Digs that one out there. Throws it across, but that's picked off by Brennan, the goal scorer for Manitoba.
His first goal in U Sports for Lucas Brennan.
He levels a heavy hit on Strange, who keeps his feet. Calvin coming back, so Clinton tried to break that one up, but Stewart keeps it going through. And a shot from Poole goes up into the glass. Here come the Bisons the other way. Allery on the far side. Surveys, drops back. Toth with a shot, that's blockered by Tedachuk. And that shot bounces in front, loose puck. Allery tried the backhand, but good defensive sticks by Corning and Schmidt. High slot, Turner shoots. That's stopped by Tedachuk. Turner to Toth. Bisons with the chance here. Allery tried to send that one across to Bruce, but good stick by Schmidt. They'll continue to battle away. Schmidt retains possession. Great play there. And the spin pass to Lee. Goes off a stick and bounces out. McGuire off the wall, taken away by Turner. And Skylar Bruce is a little slow getting back, so delayed offside. Forces the dump in. Schmidt over the line on the left. Schmidt protects, throws that toward the goal, but Holt already down, makes the save, covers it up for the whistle.
Yeah, Schmidt's just making plays all over the ice there as he gets that puck in towards Braden Holt, who's able to cover it for a whistle.
Be a face-off to the right of Braden Holt. Linesman says, Fry, you're done on this draw. Mungel's going to come in, and he wins the draw. Back to McGuire. Keeps that in his own, fires it to the far corner, loose in front. 2 chances, 3 chances, 4 chances. Holt is down, and there's a crowd in the net. Play is whistled dead.
Referee's in the net. Seems like everything's in that net except for the puck, as Holt has to make 3 or 4 saves in front. The most important save there was the first one, and then it's just an absolute free-for-all. It's like a lumberjack just whacking away at that puck. Every player, 14 in red. Jackson Hungel pouncing on that puck, looking for a rebound, but the puck stays out. The Bisons in this second period have been giving up a lot of chances of the high danger variety from inside. That's just the most recent example, and Holt has been sensational in those high danger opportunities. Not the most flashy of saves, of the most acrobatic of saves, but hugely important to keep his team in this game at 2-1.
The draw is taken away. Pasternak, great play there. Pasternak gets absolutely rocked there in the face-off dot. That was Brody McGuire with the heavy hit, and that will come all the way down, icing the call. Face-off back in the Calgary zone, but Dawson Pasternak. That was a heavy hit by McGuire.
McGuire is not going to be easily fooled by the tricky Pasternak, trying to drag that puck between his legs to get around him. McGuire clearly went to the school of defensemen that teaches you to take the body, not the puck.
Knocked down towards the corner. That one pops past Hooker and try and play that through. McGuire is going to chase that one down to the corner. He's challenged there by Hooker, who comes away with the puck. Pass to Svetlikov was knocked away by Fry. McGuire is chased down by Pasternak. That puck is sent out of the zone, recovered by Toth. And the pinball back and forth goes right back onto his stick. Turner up to Svetlikov, plays it through to Hooker. Johnny Hooker takes the shot, carries it around down low. Not a lot of help there for the Bison captain, and in front, Hooker with a shot, but Tedachuk got the blocker on that one. Quick pass, Svetlikov, his shot's also blockered away by Tedachuk. That's back. Toth keeps it in the zone down low. Svetlikov is going to battle there with Hammett. McGuire was there to help out, and that's lifted out of the zone by Fry. Arm is up for the icing, and as Toth comes back, wins the race and icing the call.
Couple of chances there. Hooker inside, great save from Tedachuk, and then another chance inside from Svetlikov. And Tedachuk again making a huge save as well.
Scramble draw there. Bisons come out with the puck as Bruce sends it to the point. Bobbling it at the blue line is Willick. Bruce over the line again. Bruce shoots, that's blocked in front. Gets it back. Tried to send that one in front to probably deflect it off Zaplitny, but it rolled through the blue paint. Zaplitny has the puck now. He tries to clear, it's kept in by Willick to Zaplitny. Turns around, sends it down to Allery. He's checked there by Fry. Across to Willick with some open time and space. He shoots, and that one hit a body in front. Deflects down to the corner. Calgary's going to try and clear it here. Battle along the wall. That's played up off the glass. Willick can't keep it at the line. Good pressure there by Corbet to force that out of the zone. And they're going to call that a hand pass. Face off just outside the Calgary zone. 6:21 to go here in the second period. 2-1. Calgary leads. Looking for the weekend sweep.
Yeah, Dinos looking to add to their lead here at the top of the East Division Canada West to go to 5-1. Bisons, a bit of a measuring stick. You know, they have some new players. They come off of a 2-0 lead. Oh, here we go.
Massier's shot, that one steered aside by Holt. Hooker has to protect. Good check there from Calgary. I think that's Kirkpatrick. It is. Protect along the wall, taken away by Pasternak. Quick pass up to Svetlikov. Svetlikov over the line. Drop pass to Bonnie. Bonnie protects and sends it in front, but nobody can quite get to it as it rolls right to Carl Tedachuk, who will cover that one up.
Bison's coming off a 2-0 start to the season against the University of Regina. And typically these games against the Dinos, against the University of Alberta Golden Bears, against these University of Saskatchewan Huskies have been lopsided affairs in favor of the visiting teams. The Bisons starting a new era here with Gord Burnett, trying to be maybe a bit more competitive, move themselves up into that middle tier of Canada West teams, maybe in the Mount Royal, the University of MacEwan Griffins area of the standings. But they'll have to earn a split here if they want to be in that conversation.
Puck down in the Manitoba zone. Good pressure there from Calgary along the wall. Willig is taken to the boards. Kids got it there. Off the boards to Stewart. Sends it across. That's picked off. Here's Brennan. Brennan tried to center that one to Brenton as he was coming in. But Brenton was swallowed up by a back-checking Dino. There's a whistle blown here.
Not sure what the call is. Looks like the faceoff is going to come outside the zone, it looks like. I think maybe a penalty might get called here.
Door is open.
Is this a helmet violation or something? Not exactly sure. We'll see
Wyatt
what the call
Wilson
is.
going into the box.
The referee was pointing to the strap of the helmet. I'm not sure if the strap of the helmet was undone, because you are required, if you lose the helmet, you have to skate right to the bench. You can't play without the helmet anymore.
I will say, there was a moment yesterday where Mike King's strap was undone. Nothing was called there. So it's
interesting.
Interesting that it's getting called now, if that's what the call is.
Well, and his strap looked like it was done up. Wilson's strap looked like it was attached to the other end of the helmet. So I'm not exactly sure what the call is going to be here. He's going to get a conversation. He's being sent to the bench. It looks like here. No penalty?
Trying to understand what the deliberation is here.
5 on 5. So it looks like the referee was just mistaken there. He might have misseen the helmet strap undone and went to call something. He explained it to Coach Gord Burnett. It would remain 5 on 5. So both teams will get a chance to catch their breath here.
Face off one back by Calgary. 5 minutes to go here in the second. Puck rolls all the way back to the Bison zone. To Plitney back to get it. And heavy pressure there from the forechecking Dinos. Schmidt has it. Tried to throw that to Lee in front. Shot from the high slot area. Found its way into a crowd and has been cleared by Manitoba. Bruce is going to chase this one down, and he's going to get there before Sean Strange to negate the icing. Played back the other way. Mallory can't quite keep it in the zone, but he keeps possession for Manitoba. Bourgeois across to Bonnie. He'll enter the zone. Kakala back to get it for Calgary. Strange will chip it up. Here's Schmidt looking up the ice. Schmidt over the line. Schmidt with a bit of room there. Took the shot through Brenton's legs. Bolt was able to knock that one away. Battle along the wall. Pops out and down into the Calgary end of the ice. Hamlet's going to come back and collect it for the Dinos. Quick pass up to Kidd. He bobbles the puck there and sent back in by Manitoba. Play back. Brenton. Took that one up. And Joss gets run over by Hammett. Calgary laying the body here in the second period. And it's grabbed by Manitoba. Here comes Joss down the right side with some speed. Joss turns back to Decay, but it's just under his blade. Grabbed back by Kidd. He's over the line. Kidd gonna drop it for Hammett in the high slot. Hammett with a shot, and that one stopped. And Holt has to squeeze this equipment together to keep that one out of the net.
Yeah, it's a huge save here from Holt. As Hammett just in all alone, you can see how much attention Kidd requires as the captain of the team, the leading scorer of this Dinos team. He drops it for Hammett, who has all the time and space right in the middle of the ice. Just can't quite pick his corner on Holt as he's able to make a save and hang on for the rebound. He second-guessed himself, but he's able to make the save. Look at another face-off here.
A little bit of pushing and shoving there.
A little bit of tempers flaring here. You can see how much attention Kidd needs, though, from the Bison's defenders, as he's dangerous all over the ice. with and without the puck as well. He's just able to make plays everywhere in the offensive zone.
Gonna battle down in the corner, 3:10 left on the clock. Then that shot, Holt kind of lost track of it for a second there, but it was in his equipment.
A bit of a change-up. Puck ended up going right along the ice. Wasn't much of a shot at all, and caught a deflection. But again, Holt is able to squeeze those pads to the ice and make the save. We're gonna get a couple line changes as well here. Looks like they're gonna switch out the D.
Is taken away by Calgary. Lee tried to cut through, but good stick play there by Brenton to knock that aside. Zaplitney gets it over the line. Sent back into the Bison zone. Brenton has it again. Up to Bruce. He's challenged by Stewart. Hakala also in on the play. Puck back to Wilson. Wilson. Cycles out of his zone and up through neutral ice. Drops it to Schmidt. That's played off the backboards and around. Willett takes a check there, but gets the pass across. Schmidt. Diving play there from Brenton to take away that centering pass. Calgary will start it again. Let's flip down into the zone. Back to get it is Willick for Manitoba. 2:10 left on the clock. Pass up. That's off the stick of Allery and back. Grabbed by Hauer. He's got Massier on the left side. And another great defensive play there from Manitoba. But Calgary retains possession. Mooring. Pass across. Puck sent to Strange. He finds a lane. Takes the shot, but it deflects off a body and well wide of the Bison's net. Puck cycled down low. Howard has 3 Bisons draped all over him. Brennan grabs it for the herd and will try and carry it out of the zone, but doesn't get it much further. It's sent back. Here's Howard. He's got Massier with him. Howard with a shot. That goes up and into the glass. Will be Horning again. To Strange. Feeds it up to Stewart. Back to Horning over the line. Kid's going to try and chase that down towards the corner. Brenton with a check on Kidd. Takes him down. The Calgary bench is not happy. Arm is up, and there's going to be a call here. Brenton's going to argue, but it's going to be a roughing call on Luke Brenton.
Brenton is going to go to the box. His roughing will be the call. There was another play earlier in the game where Brenton made contact with one of the Calgary Dinos players away from the play. I'm not sure if it was accidental or not, but this one seems like not a ton of contact was made. I'm not exactly sure, but the Dinos power play will get an opportunity here to wrap up this second period.
That's rimmed all the way around the boards. It's going to be a foot race down low, and Hooker gets there before Strange. That's up to Kidd on the left side. Calgary captain in on the zone. Carries it down low, tried to center that one. Bobble play in front. Howard can't quite get a stick on it on the doorstep. That's played back. Strange is going to have to backtrack into his own zone to pick that one up. 35 seconds left on the clock here in the second period. Strange drops it. Kidd over the line. Kidd protects along the blue line there. We'll put it off the backboards to Strange. 18 seconds. His quick shot there. Deflects in front. Loose down low. Right in front. That shot, it rolls right through the blue paint. And that one's lifted out of the zone. That's going to be a delay of game penalty.
For 10 seconds, the Dinos are going to have a 5-on-3. And then to start this third period, assuming that they don't score in the next 10 seconds, they're going to have a 5-on-3 as well. As, again, Kidd just enters the zone. Free zone entry for Kidd. He just can go right up the gut of the ice. The Bisons just back off. He has all the time in the world to get it to Strange. Strange gets that puck on net. Deflection. Holt bobbles it. It pops out in front, and then clearing the rebound. Bison's player will get the penalty in a second here, but a little too overzealous on the clearance. Goes right over top of the glass, and Bisons have to kill a 5-on-3 here.
So it is Logan Hauer in on the draw, wins it back to Strange. Strange, pass across back to Strange. He shoots, he scores! Give and go, Sean Strange picks the corner and makes it 3-1 on the power play for Calgary.
Really well worked goal here with not a lot of time left in this second period. They win the draw, check. Strange gets it across to Lee, check. Lee right into the wheelhouse for Strange, who releases it on the one-timer, check. 3-1 lead for the Dinos going into the third period. Check, check, check.
Final 6 seconds of the second period. Calgary still on the power play here. They'll have about 1:50 of power play time to start the third. So they will once again start the next period on the man advantage as the time ticks down. And it's the Dinos with a 3-1 lead after 40 minutes of play. 3-1 the lead for the Dinos.
And it's well earned this second period. The Dinos really took over for major portions of this period, and this 3-1 lead is deserving, not only just because of the 5-on-5 play as well, but then at the very end of the period on the power play, that 5-on-3, getting it done on special teams at 5-on-5, on the penalty kill, and on the power play as well. The Dinos have a commanding 3-1 lead here going into the third period.
All right, so we'll take a quick break here for the second intermission. You're tuned into Canada West Men's Hockey on Canada West TV, brought to you by BioSteel and CBC Gem.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. The only thing at the front of your mind is glory. The journey of success, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. The sacrifices you make, when all the odds are stacked against you, when you can't push one more second, chase the glory.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big step. Underground method. Top-notch hoes, get the most, not the little. Straight to
Bisons are on the move, always on the go, charging ahead, making a difference in Manitoba and around the world. In transportation, in Canadian football, and in journalism. Where can you find Bisons? Right here, at the center of it all.
In Manitoba, the storm doesn't wait. The cold is sharp. The wind, it bites. Thunder, it claps. For us, we face it head on. That's what Bisons do. This is how we represent Manitoba. Horns up, shoulder to shoulder. We don't run from it. We charge through it. Every fight, every storm, we face together. As one herd.
Sometimes you give people the eyeball test when it's the first time you meet them, and my first thought was like, oh, she looks like she can kick the crap out of a football. is kind of the move on it.
Welcome to IG Field here in Winnipeg. This is a massive game for both of these teams.
Leading up to the game, I was getting pretty nervous.
Maya Turner, the first female to play in a U Sports game.
I just had to perform well. I was representing women in football.
Viewers, we are about to witness history.
I wanted this just to be business as usual, but I knew it wasn't. You could just feel it in the whole stadium.
Maya Turner is coming in for a field goal.
I don't think anybody overlooked what the moment was. That kicker that's going on there is a girl.
Snap is good. The hold is good. Maya Turner has...
Maya practiced but did not play during her first season in 2022, but won the competition for the first-string job partway through her second season.
September 23rd against University of Regina was a huge game for us. It was a must-win game for us, literally.
I just wanted to go kick, you know, I felt like I was ready.
Viewers, we are about to witness history.
You could feel it on our bench. I mean, it was just focus.
Maya Turner is coming in for a field goal. Snap is good. The hold is good. Maya Turner has just made history.
Despite the moment, the game was far from over. Went into double overtime, tied at 24.
I kind of started to realize that this game might come down to me.
It was almost at a point where we needed somebody to step up and just call a game.
It's Maya Turner into this football game.
I need to make this a don't we lose.
I just remember, go win us this game. You're our kicker. Hit it.
Can she go 2 for 2? No doubt about it, Maya Turner. The Manitoba Bisons win 27-24. Maya Turner, take a bow, young woman.
I told her how proud I was of her, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna get choked up here. She went out there and friggin' nailed it and kicked the game-winning field goal.
Maya remained the Bisons' first-string kicker the rest of the season, becoming one of the most accurate at her position in all of U Sports, and in the process showed everyone she belongs.
You give me 55 Maya Turners and I'll give you a championship in whatever sport you're on.
She demanded respect. You know, in a football locker room, you can be liked, it's easy to be liked, but to be respected is something else, and she earned that respect fast.
She's the real deal. This wasn't about giving somebody some token opportunity. This was about performance. This was about results.
When I found football, like, it really motivated me. It was something that I genuinely loved to do, and it was something to work at. Something I would have never thought possible. Wow, like, I'm a football player.
Gayleen Berry, nee Donald, thrived as a unique two-sport student athlete, starring in both field hockey and volleyball for the University of Calgary. From 1968 to 72, she established herself as one of the most decorated athletes in school history, being named University of Calgary Female Athlete of the Year in both 1970 and 1972. Berry has the unique distinction of playing and starting on 3 conference championship teams in 2 different sports over a span of 3 years. The calendar year of 1970 was truly one to remember for Berry and her teammates. In the spring, she was captain of the Western Intercollegiate Athletic Association championship-winning volleyball team. The team went on to make history by becoming the first Calgary team to win a national championship, while also representing Canada at the World University Games in Torino, Italy. Berry would add a second conference championship in the same calendar year by leading Calgary's field hockey team to a conference title of their own. In her final year as a varsity athlete during the 1971-72 term, Berry once again thrived playing both sports. In field hockey, she was a member of the Alberta provincial team and earned all-star honors at the Field Hockey National Championships. On the volleyball court, she helped the Dinos capture another conference championship. Berry would go on to play for the National Women's Field Hockey Team from 1972 through 1977, including competing for Canada at the 1975 World Championships. She was inducted into the Dinos Hall of Fame in 2004. It's time to recognize our Canada West BioSteel Football Players of the Week for Week 6. The BioSteel Offensive Player of the Week is Drew Viotto from the UBC Thunderbirds. The rookie quarterback was lights out in Winnipeg, throwing for 473 yards and 3 touchdowns on 26 completions. Viotto engineered a huge second-half comeback, leading the T-Birds to 4 straight touchdown drives and finishing with the 3rd highest single-game passing total in UBC history. It was a performance to remember for the rookie pivot, despite a narrow 35-31 defeat. On defense, Charlie Parks of the Saskatchewan Huskies earns BioSteel Defensive Player of the Week honors. The 4th-year defensive lineman recorded 5 tackles in the Husky win, including a huge 3rd down sack of Troy Reeder early in the contest to stop the Golden Bears deep in Saskatchewan territory. On the very next Alberta drive, Parks came up with the first turnover of the game, stripping the ball from the Golden Bears running back and coming up with the recovery. On special teams, it's Ty Gorniak of the Regina Rams taking home the honors. The first-year kicker was perfect, going 3 for 3 on field goals from 42, 34, and 30 yards in Regina's 18-12 victory over Calgary. Gorniak continues to impress, boasting an 87.5% success rate, tops in Canada West, and one of the best in the nation.
Hello and welcome back inside Wayne Fleming Arena for the third period of action between the Manitoba Bisons and Calgary Dinos. Calgary with a 3-1 lead entering the third. You're tuned into Canada West men's hockey action on Canada West TV, brought to you by our partners at BioSteel, as well as CBC Gem. Welcome to the Flem for this Saturday afternoon affair. Dinos with that 3-1 lead, looking to earn the weekend sweep and improve to 5-1 to start the year and sit alone atop the Canada West East Division standings. For those who are unaware, the Canada West Conference split into East and West divisions. The 2 teams in Alberta, or the 4 teams in Alberta, split between the 2 major cities of Alberta, swap sides every year. So this season it'll be Calgary and Mount Royal in the East Division, while Alberta and McEwen, the 2 Edmonton teams, are in the West Division this season. So we enter the third period of action here. Evan, what have you seen so far from both these teams?
Well, it's been a well-played game, especially in that second period for the Dinos, particularly their top line. Adam Kidd has been very good so far when he's had the puck on his stick, but it's just really balanced scoring throughout the whole weekend. Connor Horning with his second goal of the weekend, second goal of the season. Davis Fry as well, getting his first goal of the season, and Sean Strange as well, most recently at the end of that second period, getting his second goal on the season, with assists throughout the lineup, as the Bisons here still have to kill off a minute and a half of power play 5-on-4 at the end of that second period. Just really balanced scoring, a really balanced effort for the Dinos so far.
Calgary in there, quick shot that goes off the arm of Holt. Puck is down in the slot, but nobody can quite get to it. Kidd has the puck now. Kidd surveys, trying to find a lane. Elects to go for the pass to Sean Strange, just about beyond his reach. Gets it to Poole, back to Strange at the top of the umbrella. Tried to fire that one through, but hit off a skate. And that one is deflected up and it's kept at the line by Strange, with a stretch out and grab that one.
That was a close one.
Strange passes that one across to Kidd. Back to Strange, to Poole. Backhand pass, Strange. Poole down low. Right there, Poole with the shot. That one goes just wide of the post. Kidd down the wall. Cuts down behind the goal, trying to find a passing lane. Trying to draw the defense to him. Leaves it there for Strange. Feeds it through. That goes out of the glove. It's loose and they score! It looks like Hauer was on the doorstep there. Holt was down and the puck wound up past him. It's 4-1 Calgary with another power play goal.
Well, Holt was there to make that save, but it's the traffic in front. He just can't quite get a handle on that puck. And Hauer, right in his grill, just takes that puck away and buries it into the roof of the net, as the Bison's penalty kill can't quite come up with it's a big kill for the team, and so the Dinos extend their lead 4-1 here early in the third period.
Calgary with that 4-1 lead. Bisons with the puck off that face-off. Here's Bruce down the left side. Bruce cross ice, and it was much too high for Dawson Pasternak on the far side. Line blenders coming out here for Gordon Burnett. Got Pasternak reunited with Hooker and Bruce. Schmidt in front, almost had a chance on the doorstep there, flying through that home plate area, but couldn't quite corral the puck. It's popped out of the zone and all the way down to the Calgary end.
Yeah, so Logan Hauer will get credit for his third goal of the season. We'll get some assists for you shortly. Sean Strange should get the primary assist on that latest goal. He's up to 2 points on the afternoon, as well as 4 points here on the season for Sean Strange, the alternate captain for the Dinos.
He has the puck down low, gets it to Pakala, center that. Nobody home though, and Pasternak will lift that one out of danger. Allery's got the step on McGuire. Allery is in, shoots, and that one kicked aside by Tedachuk. Back to Turner, he'll send it over to top. Off the backboards to his defensive partner Turner. He's challenged there, and that's picked up by Kirkpatrick. Patrick, his pass is picked off by Zaplitny and picked up by Turner. Turner will dump it down, Tedachuk. That one blows right past him. Tops down low, gets it there, right in front, and that shot's blocked in front. Allery with a great chance, but Calgary defense got in front of it. And that was pass a little too hot for Willick to handle. He's bumped along the wall there. Pass in front to Allery. He can't corral it. Goes off his blade and out of the zone. Calgary will dump it down, go for the line change. Manitoba, a new unit out there. Breton plays that around to Willick. Send back the forechecking of Corbet. The Calgary player was dumped there, no arm up on the play, so we'll continue on. The Bisons, that's dumped down low. Trying to win the foot race, then that's a quick shot there. And Corbet's gonna go to the box. There's some contact just at the whistle. It's a charging call on Corbet.
Well, Joss gets that slap shot off, and it's a good glove save from Tedachuk. And was it a bit of contact after he released the shot? Joss went down, but it wasn't too heavily. We're gonna call charging. Not a common penalty you see taken or called by the referees nowadays, but in either case, the Calgary Dinos will go to the box for 2 minutes here, and the Bison power play gets to work.
Puck's immediately dumped back down the ice. Out to play it is Holt. He'll send that to Brennan, to Pasternak. He's got Johnny Hooker with him, and Eric Allery up on the left. Pasternak drops it for Hooker. Bison's gained the zone with the power play. Hooker battling through, sends it back to Allery. Allery walks down the sideboards, doesn't like what he sees, so spins back around, gets to Pasternak at the point. Quick pass across. Brennan takes a shot, and that one up over the net and into the glass. Pass in the high slot, sent to the point. Pasternak back to Bruce along the ring line there. Pasternak in the face-off circle, dish to Hooker. Hooker finds a lane, shoots, and that one's caught on the blocker of Tedachuk. Pasternak, his pass, hit a crowd in front, but bounces to Brennan. Brennan protects along the blue line. Needs a little bit of help there. Gets the puck to Hooker, who fights on through, but Calgary with some good sticks there. Get the puck out of the zone up to neutral ice, and Pasternak right to Allery with a quick zone entry. Allery protects, tried to go on the backhand. And a shot by Brennan, he scores! Another goal for the Bisons. Bar down, it's 4-2 Calgary.
Well, it's a great zone entry here for the Bisons as Brennan gets his second goal of the afternoon. Allery pushing towards the net, just draws the defender there, lays it off for Brennan to absolutely walk into one. No mistake as he drives that puck into the net. The Bisons again cut the lead in half, 4-2 now, 15 minutes to go in the third period. Lucas Brennan with his first 2 goals in a Bison sweater here this afternoon.
Over the lines, Whitney has some room there, tried to break on through, has to turn back and protect along the wall. Can't feed it to Svetlikov, who's cutting toward the slot. Bisons have to back up. Bonnie checked into the boards by Schmidt. Puck pops over to King. He sends it over. Bourgeois sends it through. Bonnie not too happy with getting tangled up with Schmidt there. Svetlikov. And that shot by King is fanned on a little bit. Here comes Calgary back the other way. Lee. Challenge on the outside. Holt plays it. Picked back up by Lee. Gets his pocket picked by Zaplitny. Carry it on through Zaplitny over the line. Trying to find a pass. Has to go back. Takes the shot that hit a leg in front. Deflects wide. Rolls back into the Bison zone. 14:20 to go here on the clock. That puck is dropped for Brenton. Brenton challenged by Massier, but blows right by him. Brenton down towards the corner. Protects below the goal line. Throws it in front. Loose puck there. A couple Bisons bang away at it, but I think Carl Tedachuk got on top of it as a swarm of red and gold jerseys descend on the blue paint. 14:05 to go here in the second or third.
Yeah, that puck ends up in the blue paint. Some great work here from the Bisons as Joss and Arpin just go to work. Arpin really laying the lumber there on that Dinos defender. I'm not sure who that was.
Brody McGuire.
Could have been a penalty. No call, says the referee, but great work there from Brenton. That puck on his backhand to get that puck into the blue paint. The Bisons just fighting, trying to find a loose puck, trying to find a bounce.
That puck rolls back, Hammett sends it around. And the Dinos gain the zone with Kidd at the blue line. Flip that over to Poole. So 4-2 to score here between Manitoba and Calgary. Calgary up by 2 here near the midpoint of the third period. Bruce throws that one on the goal, but hit his skate in front, deflected wide. Had to get a couple whacks at it to get that pass across to Bourgeois.
Nice play from Bruce here.
Back to Bruce. Bruce in tight. Bruce waits. Pass there, and they score! Skylar Bruce with the patience, and Bourgeois, the beneficiary, deposits it in the back of the net. It's 4-3.
Well, the Bisons are right back into this one, as this is just a phenomenal play from Bruce. Great play from the Bisons to keep themselves onside, and Bruce with a ton of patience just waits out the defender, and the lane opens up on the backdoor. Bourgeois slam dunk into an empty net. The Bisons now only 1 goal behind, 4-3.
So 13-16 to go here in the third period. Bison's now within 1.
As we get some contact there in the opening draw. I think the Dinos were complaining to the linesman that was really close to being offside. It was very acrobatic of the Bison's forwards to stay onside in the linesman's mind, but the Dinos might have a case to be made. Although in Canada West we don't have video review for offsides, thankfully. Otherwise,
games get pretty long.
Games might get a little bit long in that case. Also, technology might not be there quite yet in U Sports and in Canada West, but in either case, Bisons 1 goal behind here after being down 4-1 at the start of the third period.
Face out just outside the Bison zone, right in front of the penalty box there. It's going to be Max Stewart against Jackson Arpin, and Arpin wins the draw back to his defense. Bonnie fans on the dump in. Puck rolls to Joss and gets it over the line, but it's stopped there and kept. That's the Bonnie at the point. He'll send that across. Bourgeois down low. Goes over the blade of Arpin, covered by Calgary, but Manitoba battles to get it back. Thrown to open ice on the far side. Sean Strange gets it on the rebound. And that's kept on the line by Bourgeois that hit a body and carried out by Stewart. He likes to go for the dump in, so his teammates can get on the line change. He'll put some forechecking pressure on the Bisons here, though, before turning back to go for a change himself. That's Ben Bonnie behind the net. Bourgeois flips that up. Back into the zone, sent by Calgary. Ooh, blows a tire and quickly has to make that stop with the pad, covers up. As Howard comes in with a head of steam.
Well, Holt just covers that for the whistle. He might have slipped on a banana peel there in the blue paint. Just a little off balance. But he's able to come up and make the save. The Dinos smartly trying to get that puck on net. Catching a Holt who's otherwise preoccupied. He's able to make that save and cover for the whistle.
Comes down in the Bison zone. That's fired wide of the goal. Played around Massier. Low. It's passed back to the point. Pressure there by Bruce to take it away. That's Kirkpatrick who's going to get it back for the Dinos and send it in. And a quick chance there. To the side. Brenton has the puck now. Brenton jumps in. Gets past. Schmidt. Oh, clear dump there, and it's going to be an interference call against the Dinos. As Dawson Pasternak was dumped coming into the zone.
This might be Dylan Anderson going to the box here as Pasternak goes down from the contact. Interference is going to be the call.
Bison's back to the power play. With 11:15 to go here in the third period, down by 1. Power play has been working for both sides in this matchup so far. Second unit out there for Manitoba.
Well, Brenton is at the point, and Lucas Brennan is out there as well. So Grady Lane, oh, excuse me, Zaplitney, Bonnie, Lane,
Mitchell Joss.
Joss as well, the right shot there on the left side.
That face-off is blown dead. Reset. Face-off one back by Calgary. Played around, kept at the line by Bonnie, so some time and space to work with. Goes down low to Joss. He has to protect from Sean Strange. Played around to Zaplitney, to Brenton. Back to Zaplitney. He's challenged there by Schmidt, turns around, pass down low. Up to Brenton, high circle. Cross, Bonnie. Dumps it for Joss, back to Brenton. Brenton. Bonnie, back to Joss, back to Bonnie. Send down low to Lane. Good defensive pressure there by Sean Strange in the corner, and that produces the puck. And
it's just great penalty killing from the Dinos, keeping it to the outside. Bisons have possession, but ultimately no lanes open up, and the Dinos make pressure or put pressure on the Bisons when the opportunity presents itself, and then get the puck all the way down.
From the Bisons, top unit out there. Allery leaves it for Hooker, gets it across. Running over the line to Bruce. That's flipped down below the goal line. Schmidt back to get it for Calgary. They'll battle in the corner with Brennan. Pair of rolls so far on the day. 41 seconds left on the power play for Manitoba. Puck is stuck along that wall there, trying to dig it out. Calgary waiting to kill some time off this clock. Great penalty kill so far for the Dinos. More pressure. Brennan has to scramble out of the zone to recover that one. Pasternak backs up, facing off against Kidd. He got his stick on it. Flipped up and out of the playing surface.
It was in the neutral zone though, so I don't think it's going to be a penalty. Bison's second guessing, making sure that the referees knew that that went straight out, but
18 seconds left of power play time for Manitoba. They're gonna swap some players around here, just preparing for the end of this penalty. So defenseman Willick and Brenton are back out on the ice. Draws one by Kirkpatrick. He'll flip that into the zone. Final seconds ticking off the clock here on the Bison's power play. Kirkpatrick watches. Brenton comes out with the puck. Pasternak, quick pass to Willick. To Brenton, over the line. He'll drop that to Hooker. Far side, Pasternak walks in. Pasternak takes the shot, but Strange able to get the stick on that one. Deflect it, clear of danger. Team's back at 5-on-5. Hooker to Brenton, throws that in. Deflected right there, and they score! Dawson Pasternak ties it at 4.
Dawson Pasternak ties this game as it's some interchange between Brenton and Johnny Hooker. That puck gets to the front of the net, and Dawson Pasternak all alone at the side of the net. He deposits that puck, and the Bisons in the third period, after going down 4-1, 30 seconds into it, have come all the way back to tie this game at 4.
So 8:58 to go here in the third period, all knotted up 4 apiece. Bison's goals from Brennan, Bourgeois, and Pasternak. Some contact behind the play. I believe that's going to be an icing call against Calgary. Bison's bench is calling for something as there was some contact behind the play. Face out to the right of Braden Holt in the Bison zone. Wins the draw there for Calgary. Up down towards the corner. He'll try and chip that through, and he gets it to Schmidt. Got Lee on the far side, gets in the puck. Lee with a sharp angle shot right to the crest of Braden Holt. Hello, Schmidt taking to the boards. It's Pakolas taking to the boards. Continue to play away. Schmidt there to help out. Taken down by Bourgeois. That's going to be a penalty. Bourgeois was not happy as he thought Schmidt was holding on to his stick. Maybe a little bit extra of a shot there.
Bourgeois is going to go to the box here, and after his team comes all the way back, he scores the third goal of the evening for the Bisons. But a bit of a careless play in the corner there. A little bit too much contact. He's going to go to the box for 2 minutes. And after this game is recently tied up, this Dinos power play that already has 2 goals this afternoon off the stick of Tower and Strange, has another opportunity.
Face off here in the Bison zone. Howery on the draw for Calgary. Scramble draw. Pops out to Strange. Good play there by Lane to kick it out of the zone. And here's Arpin putting some pressure on Stewart as well as Poole. Calgary push back. Kid has to spin around at the blue line. Kid walks in. Goes forehand, backhand. Can't quite get a pass through. Lane is dumped and tripped over Poole's skate there. Kidd to Stewart. Stewart looks up, down to Kidd. Can't get the shot away. He's fanned on that one. Lane will rip that one down into the Calgary zone. Out to play it is Tedachuk. 1:20 left on this Calgary power play. 4-4 the score here late. Poole stops it there for Kidd over the line. He's got Hauer with him as well as Poole, who has the puck now. Poole to Hauer. That's a shot there. There's going to be another penalty called as Braden Holt was taken out of the play. That's going to be an interference call on Calgary. So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey here for 1:03.
I think it might be Kidd going to the box here. We'll see. As I knew something was off with that play when the shot was taken and Braden Holt was sliding double stacked pads about 6 feet next to the net. Wait a second.
That's not supposed to be there.
Something about this situation doesn't seem quite right. So Kidd going through the blue paint there with a little bit of contact with Holt. So we'll get some 4-on-4 action for about a minute for the Bisons. Power play has a minute to work with.
And a quick shot there is blocked in front. Bisons at the back track. Renton has the puck now. And there is Willick. Hands it off to his defensive partner, and that gets sent to Zaplitny. Spins out of his zone. Zaplitny with some speed coming in on the left. Zaplitny turns back. Protects into the corner. He's taken to the boards by Anderson. Schmidt pins Renton to the wall. They're going to try and dig it out. Continuing to battle away. Zaplitny's going to try and dig it out. Renton has it, flipped out. Svetlikov to Willick. Willick needs to spin back. Much more room at 4-on-4 and tried to send it across to Svetlikov on the doorstep. Svetlikov up to Zaplitny, trying to find a lane. Zaplitny with the pump fake. Svetlikov to Renton at the point. Renton drops it for Svetlikov. Bisons now with 53 seconds of power play time. Svetlikov protects off the backboards. Fed through to Allery with a lane. Allery takes a shot that's blocked in front and cleared out by the Dinos. Bisons with a chance to get the power play unit out there. Headman pass up to Brennan. Brennan stops up. Gets it to Johnny Hooker over the line. Soft pass to Bruce. Across to Allery. Bruce took a heavy check there. Pasternak to Hooker for the lane. Sends it back to Pasternak. Protects. He's challenged there by Massier.
Pasternak does really well there to keep possession of that puck.
Hooker flipped across to Brennan. Drops it for Pasternak. Back to Brennan. Good defensive stick there. He's taken down hard into the corner. 5-on-5 here. Power play done. And that shot just skipped over the blade of Johnny Hooker. What a great chance from his wheelhouse.
Really good penalty killing again from the Dinos. Really patient on this number 1 Bison's power play unit. As a result, they don't even get really a grade A scoring opportunity when they did get the puck with possession in the zone. Just great defensive play from these Dinos.
King gets it back to Bonnie at the point. He'll fire that one across to Bourgeois. Goes back to Bonnie. Flips that towards the goal. It's taken away. Decay trying to fight on through. Solid defensive positioning by Calgary. Takes that chance away. Bonnie gets it into the zone again. Has Stewart draped all over him. Gets flipped back to Kidd. And that's taken into the zone. Couple bodies come together. Pakala and Bourgeois are both falling. Decay passing speed on the left side. Decay with a shot, and that one right into the crest on Carl Tedachuk's jersey. Handles that one easily.
And given the special teams play, this fourth line for the Bisons hasn't seen a ton of ice at 5-on-5, so Decay, some fresh legs there, just using his speed down the wing. It's a little bit of separation, puts a wrist shot on. Not quite a dangerous shot, but Tedachuk's there to make the save.
Sent back. Brenton to Willick. He'll dump that down low. And we'll flip that back the other way. Battling through is Willick. Leaves it there. Sent back to the point to Arpin. Back to Joss. Feeds it to Willick. Willick's got to Brenton with some room on the left. Brenton walks in, shoots! And that one hit Tedachuk up high. Deflected right out to his defense. And he'll carry that one on through. Lee tried to get the step and flip on the inside of Brenton, but the Bison's defender was able to stretch out and chip that one away. Pakala grabs it in neutral ice for Calgary. He's checked to the boards by Joss. 3:30 left on the clock here in the third period. Anderson sends that over. Check there by Joss. Calgary dumps it in. Now goes to Brenton. It's knocked down to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick off the wall to Anderson at the point. Anderson fires that one in, goes wide. Bounces to the other side to Hammett. Goes back to Anderson. Anderson slap shot right into the glove of Braden Holt. And Howard was right on the doorstep, trying to hope for that rebound. The Bison's netminder didn't give him the chance.
Yeah, Howard right where he scored his goal earlier in the game, on the doorstep of Holt, who has to be careful with the Dinos player right in his vision. He's able to get out and make that save into the glove.
Kidd stops up. That's off the boards and out. Flip back in and around. Poole grabs it there. From that low. Kidd in the corner. Brings it around the other side. Anderson fires that one in, deflects. Loose puck in front, and they score! And it's the captain for Calgary. Makes it 5-4 with 2:31 to go.
Well, it's a shot from the point that ends up getting to Braden Holt, and the puck comes loose, and Kidd makes no mistake as he gets it on the backhand and puts it right into the net beyond Bison's goaltender. Bisons furiously come back to tie this game at 4. And with 2.5 minutes left, the Dinos eke out just a nose ahead off the goal from Kidd.
Calgary has the puck on the draw, but good pressure there from Manitoba. Zaplitny's got it. He'll flip it back to Brenton in the Bison zone. Brenton plays it over to Willick, 2:13 to go on the clock. Let's flip up. And it stays in play. It's along the line there. Svetnikoff and Allery are on the wall battling away from Manitoba. That's Schmidt digging away from Calgary. Pass to Brenton, he's over the line. Up down low. Schmidt. He gets checked there by Svetnikoff. That puck is lifted out of the zone and down. Lee's going to chase after it for Calgary. Comes together with Brenton. He elects to go off for the change. Brenton flips it around to Willick on the far side. That's kept by Calgary. That's Kidd. Trying to dig away as the two captains, Johnny Hooker and Kidd, come together. And that's going to be an icing call against Manitoba. So a late icing call. 1:17 on the clock. Face off back in the Manitoba zone.
Yeah, and that last goal off the stick of Adam Kidd has really sucked the life out of the building here in Wayne Fleming Arena. It's really deflated the Bisons here with only a minute left to go in this weekend series with the Dinos.
That was a very dangerous clear there, but hip level smack in the air. Hit high on the glass. It's almost another delay of game penalty for Manitoba. Passing out to fire that one up. Goes off the stick of Bruce, taken away. Kidd up to Poole. They'll come together with Bonnie. Pulled out to play. It'll flip it around to Johnny Hooker. 50 seconds left on the clock. They're going to try and get the extra skater out there for a late tie. Here's Pasternak. Swings out of his zone. Holt on his way to the bench. That gets taken away by Kirkpatrick. They're going to have to run back. Very dangerous there. Almost a too many men situation for Manitoba. Kirkpatrick was coming back with the puck. Pasternak. 20 seconds left on the clock. Bisons need to break it out of the zone. Brenton can't quite corral it. Good pressure there by Kidd. It's checked hard by Skylar Bruce. Kirkpatrick has the puck. Brenton's trying to dig it out. Let's flip back in. Final seconds ticking off the clock. The headman pass, that's knocked down. And Skylar Bruce is taken down. High cross check.
Looks like cross-checking will be the call. Hauer will go off, and the Bisons will get a power play here in the final 2 seconds, and more importantly, an offensive zone draw.
It's not Hauer that's going. It's Connor Horning that's going.
Horning is going to go. Looks like timeout, the call. Bisons have 2.2 seconds to make something happen here in this afternoon matinee.
Timeout here.
30 seconds to call here. Bisons showing a lot of guts to get back into this game. Goals from Brennan, Sam Bourgeois, Dawson Pasternak tying it up before Adam Kidd, his 4th of the year. His 11th point on the year. His 2nd goal of this weekend, scored it last evening as well, yesterday afternoon, I should say.
The rare Friday matinee yesterday.
Because of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers game that was at Princess Auto Stadium here at the University of Manitoba campus. It meant the Bison Sports had to play a weekday matinee, which isn't common by any means.
Svetnikoff in on the draw. Calgary stacking up to try and defend this. Bison's going to try and get this chance here. Pasternak in that bumper spot. And they get a quick shot, but they can't get it through. And Calgary hold on for the 5-4 win. Earn the weekend sweep. They improved to 5-1 on the season. The Bisons dropped to 2-2, dropping both games of their home opening weekend. And Evan, let's give you a rundown of this game here and the weekend overall.
Well, obviously not exactly a pretty dominating victory yesterday afternoon by the Dinos, but very impressive effort here from the Bisons. Come up short, unfortunately for them. They'll be disappointed with the result at the end of the day, but I don't think Gord Burnett can be disappointed with the effort. Coming back from 3 goals down to tie it, but ultimately the Dinos are able to get a nose ahead at the finish line to come away with a 5-4 victory. They earned themselves the weekend sweep, and they were the better team for the majority of the game here this evening as well. So well-earned victory on their part, and they'll come away with a dominating 5-1, I should say, record here in Canada West.
All right, so we'll quickly launch into our first first of the year honorable performers of the game. So who have you got for the Manitoba Bisons, your honorable performer of the game?
Well, I love that you always send it to me first because it makes it so much easier for me. I have to go with Lucas Brennan, getting his first 2 goals in Canada West, 1 on a penalty shot and then on the power play as well. Great performance from him at the start of his Bison's career. So there's my honorable performer of the game.
I'm going to go with Dawson Pasternak. Had a goal today and was dangerous all weekend long, creating chances for this Bison's team. So he's my performer of the game for Manitoba. Let's flip over to the Calgary Dinos, and Evan, I'll again hand it off to you.
Yeah, really balanced scoring here, really balanced performance from the Dinos as well. Just good performances from all over the Dinos lineup. I'm going to give my honorable performer of the game to Adam Kidd. Ends up scoring the game-winning goal, but I could have really given it to a number of different players. If I have my notes here correct, looks like Max Stewart is the only player for the Dinos who had more than 1 point on the afternoon, 2 assists for him. Other than that, really balanced scoring. And Adam Kidd gets the game-winning goal with 2.5 minutes left to get his team the victory.
And I'm going to go with Sean Strange. Had a goal in the afternoon, but also just a lot of key plays, keeping the puck in on that blue line on a number of extended power play opportunities and offensive zone systems opportunities. Just a great performance by him, and got to add to the score sheet as well. So,
and on the penalty kill as well.
Yes. So thank you very much for tuning in. You're tuned in to Canada West men's hockey action on Canada West TV, brought to you by our partners at BioSteel and CBC Gem.